A very good afternoon to you all and welcome from me, Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma, to Lunchtime News here on UBC TV this Monday, the 5th day of August 2024. We are coming to you live online and on air from Broadcast House here on Now Avenue. Now, police have arrested Reverend Father Dominic Alinga of Iriri Catholic Parish in Naka Piripirit district. Reverend Father Dominic is alleged to be the prime suspect in the murder of a Uganda Revenue Authority employee, one John Bosco Ngorok. Preliminary investigations indicate that Alinga is still on suspension from the church over mismanaging offertory worth 6 million Ugandan shillings. Take a watch.
That on August 3rd, 2024, at around 1 a.m., police received a report of a suspected murder along the road from Chitoro to Entebbe International Airport. The victim was identified as Ngorok John Bosco, a 30-year-old male employee of Uganda Revenue Authority's Domestic Tax Department. He was stabbed in the neck and head by an assailant who was unknown then. He was rushed to Grade B Hospital, but was pronounced dead after 20 minutes. Police launched an investigation and began tracking for suspects. So we wish to announce that the key suspect in this murder has been arrested, and he is Dominic Alinga. Dominic Alinga is a priest at the Catholic Parish Church of Iriri in Nakapiripirit. We also established that he had been suspended from the church by the bishop on allegations of stealing an offertory worth 6 million shillings. Investigations into Alinga's connections with the murder are in high gear, and when our investigations are complete, we shall arraign him before court.
The Anti-Corruption High Court, presided over by Judge Lawrence Gikudu, will anytime from now deliver its ruling on the bail application of legislators Yusuf Mutembule, Paul Akamba and Sisi Namuchu. The same court will also deliver a ruling on whether it allows prosecution to play an audio recorded by the chairperson of Uganda Human Rights Commission, Maria Mwangadia, while legislators were asking for a bribe of 5% of the Commission's budget at Hotel Africana. The MPs are facing charges of corruption. Let's move on to other news now. And State Minister for National Guidance, Godfrey Kabyanga, wants to see more partnership with Japan for purposes of technological advancement. Now this, he says, will go a long way in placing Uganda's technology advancement on the world map. This was during the Japan-Uganda Science Technology Forum held at the Ambassador's residence in Nakasero here in Kampala.
Not many Japanese startup and companies are not well known to East African market. They come to, for example, from Japan to China, Southeast Asia, and then to India. So you imagine all these transportation and supply chain. And we were promoting Indo-Pacific strategy. And of course, the East Africa is facing Indo-Pacific. So you are part of our grand strategy, and Uganda is no exception.
It's a networking initiative. It brings the business community of Japan closer to the Ugandan business community. It also creates a lot of opportunities for networking. And Japan obviously is a bit far in technology, and therefore we need to partner with them to catch up with the trends in the world. And you can see today what they were displaying. There are things which are really very, very, there are things which are used in our daily lives. Like I've seen that border, that motorcycle, whose fuel consumption is very low, and it is also friendly, environmentally friendly. If we can really switch to that one, first of all we shall save the environment, and two, the border riders will also earn more money because they will save on the fuel consumption.
There are areas where they are highly
Minister Kabyanga ending that story. Now, government has commended and promised to further collaboration with the private sector in promotion of health services in the country. This was emphasized by the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Health, Dr. Diana Twine, at the Sea Care Excellence Awards ceremony held at Serena Hotel in Kampala. Dr. Diana reiterated that the ministry values the role of the private sector in the promotion and provision of health services to Ugandans.
Word. And allow me welcome.
Investment. To actually be able to make this inroad, it takes partnering. And for this, we're really grateful for our shareholders, for Mauritius, who've actually been able to invest. Helen last time stood up here on this stage and made a commitment that we're going to make an investment. And we are glad that we can actually be able to see that investment in the outlets that we actually have. Investment in machinery, having an MRI machine, which costs about $1 million to actually be able to get here.
Clinics have embraced advanced systems and innovative tools to enhance the quality of care. Tonight, we celebrate those who has gone over and above in making it happen.
Vision, the focus in execution, the great teamwork, the willingness, but then more important, the positive and the meaningful impact that you are having on your customers.
And also we want really to work with you more, and we want actually to share more. We want to have exchange, knowledge exchange. We want to infuse the private sector mindset, a private sector mindset in our public facilities, that we start knowing that and acknowledging that the patient is the boss, and we must listen to what they are saying for us to provide better services.
Now, refugees in Rhino Camp refugee settlement are calling upon partners and government of Uganda to help them in having binding agreements on land usage from landlords, particularly for agricultural purposes. Now, the refugees say agriculture is now the only option for them to improve their livelihood amidst food ration cuts, which has been faced with interruptions from some landlords who repossess the land before the agreed verbal timeline is met. Now, their worry is about expiry of projects that some partners like the NRC are implementing in the camp that has helped refugees and landlords have binding agreements before usage of the land.
I have a family of 15 people living in my house, together with children also that I took on the way when I was coming, so make the number 15. Life was very hard, but at that time we were depending solidly on the food of UNHCR. I thought it is good for me as a farmer to also start something, to do something for myself and my family. I had a friend that gave me a land. It was like 1 acre. When the friend gave me that land, I was facing a lot of challenges from him, because at that time I just went to him locally and I could pay money before even I harvested the crops in the garden. He could come and say, now give me another money, and he could chase me out. When NRC came, I went to them and say, okay, then I shared the challenge I had with them about the land. Then we had an agreement with the landlord. The money I got from the first that year was around 3 million to 4 million. And it is also, I'm appealing to OPM. These people are giving us land. They should help them. They should also value them. They should come into agreement with them so that it can allow them to give the refugees land freely.
We don't want them to have some misunderstanding that this is refugees, this is someone from Uganda, but we are always refer them that we are together and we are one people of Africa. We need to love each other.
So as the Norwegian Refugee Council, with support from the European Union, we have been carrying out a program called Information Counseling and Legal Assistance. Under this, we have an aspect called Housing, Land and Property Rights. This Housing, Land and Property Rights has been very vital in protecting the rights and dignity of refugees when it comes to acquiring and usage of certain properties such as land. These land user agreements has been very vital in eliminating that aspect of conflict, and this has seen the refugees being more resilient. It has also brought about community cohesion, because some of the crops that the refugees tilt on their land, they even sell to the locals.
Jimmy Akena's 2021 political rival for Lira City East Division has joined Uganda People's Congress UPC political party. James Ochen, who ran against UPC party president to secure a parliamentary seat and trailed in the last general election, says his conversion is as a result of the current UPC wave in Lango sub-region. We have more in this story.
James Ochen was received by the UPC party chairman for Lira City, Simon Opio Kaha. In 2021 general election under independent ticket, Ochen ran against his current party president Jim Akena and trailed with 7,222 votes. Akena was declared winner with 14,119 votes. Ochen says his conversion is also inspired by Akena's decision to leave the constituency for the presidential bid.
He has shown us a very good way. When he won me, instead I became his very good friend. Even at the time when I was in serious pain, I lost my two brothers. He's the one who supported me more than this other political party.
In the same ceremony, several other converts from NRM, FDC and independent members were also received and decorated with the party colors. Herbert Apira says he's happy to rejoin a reputable party in the land.
The biggest problem we have in this country is corruption. It has really eaten up the country. You hear in parliament, everywhere, OPM, you know. So one day we are going to streamline things. The most important thing is service for the local person. That is what we are striving for. Everybody should be treated equally in this country.
Majority joining UPC.
And as leaders of UPC, our doors are wide open for every individual who want to contest in 2021 elections. The door is wide open.
After taking the day in Oyama and Dokolo parliamentary by-election, UPC is currently busy receiving converts across the region. Majority are contestants from different parties who failed in the last general elections. Eddie Ulwa, UBC News.
Thanks, Eddie Ulwa, for that story there. Now, residents in Bugoye sub-county and Ibanda Chanya Town Council want their bridge fixed. Now, the critical infrastructure which connects Ibanda Town Council to Mirimbo village in Bugoye sub-county is in a dire state, a situation worsened by the ongoing wet season.
During a recent communal work effort in Ibanda, local traders and residents voiced their dissatisfaction on the bridge that has taken a long time without being worked on.
We need the government to come and assist us so that bridge can be okay.
A concerned resident, Bamwenda Janani, says 65% of the roads and bridges in Busongora North constituency are in a sorry state and called for immediate action from the authorities.
We tried to connect the Kilente mines, but they can't respond to come and put here a good bridge. So very many challenges. We are scared of our children where they are crossing. We are scared of our local people who are just coming in Uganda, Town because of our appeals just to request the government to come and assist us to bring the machine so that our road can connect our village very well to the town council.
According to the local council, one chairperson for Mirambo village, Lazaro Kastama, the community has over the years temporarily tried to fix the bridge, but now they want government to fulfill its mandate and provide a lasting solution.
For how long are we going to be into this okulaba anti twekwatiramu ate tukola biri temporary nga batuuze bwe tubikola biri temporary tuba twetaaga ebintu ebiri permanent tulabire ddala anti tweyambye ekizibu ate tekigenda kuddamu.
Charity Marion Imnat and Tumuseme Gerard, UBC News.
Let's continue with our bulletin now, and it is said that sacraments are the foundation of the Catholic faith, deeply rooted in tradition and scripture. They are not just rituals, but essential acts of faith that guide believers through important moments in life, connecting them closely with God and the Church. Take a watch.
Monsignor Charles Kasibante, the main celebrant, emphasizes the importance of staying committed to the church and being true to oneself.
We can live in the world in a better way and help others also to come close to the Lord Jesus Christ. And the Lord has said, don't so much focus, don't so much concentrate on bodily things that will not last. So we need to pray to God our Father to live according to His teaching, according to the way that He has shown to us, so that we can be truly and really children of God.
Reverend Sister Babirie Assumpta said society is incomplete without religion.
The school has provided great opportunity for these daughters to learn and grow in the Catholic faith and values. My appeal to you parents is to continue supporting your daughters to remain strong in their Catholic faith. Encourage them to live and grow in their faith. Entrust them to Mother Mary. Mother Mary is a unique figure in our Catholic faith and is always ready to intercede for us to her Son, Jesus Christ.
These messages were echoed during a ceremony at Namagunga Primary Boarding School, Kitende, where over 130 candidates received their first Holy Communion and renewed their dedication to their faith. Some of the parents who attended had this to say.
Trust in God. Then this one of the confirmation helps our child to know more, to strengthen his faith in God. It is important that all our children are able to receive the communion of Jesus Christ.
And today I have received the sacrament of confirmation. I feel like I have been filled with the Holy Spirit as the Vicar General touched my forehead.
Lunchtime news will now take a short break, but we'll be returning with the latest in business. Do stay with us.
MTN! Tusako Hajaruna Mbiru live in concert Friday nga mwenda August. Hajaruna Mbiru huyo! Kuserena Hotel Rokutanuga mwenda August. Monshoja atumia Hajaruna Mbiru live in concert. VIP mtwalo 15. Tukawa jigula kumomo ya mtwalo 10. Matemeze ya milioni 3. Nyiga kamunyenye. Emo mkaga 5 kamunyenye 20 kadara. Oba downloading momo app. Wagule ticket ku sente ntono. Nga 10 August. Colin Hotel mukono. Ticket ya shinjo mtwalo 10. Bo jigulango kosa momo jigulango 15. VIP mtwalo 3. Nga 10 August. Maria Frema Saka. Shinje mtwalo 2. Bo jigulango kosa momo ya mtwalo 10. VIP mtwalo 5. Ate momo mtwalo 3 nechitundu. Bitegekedwa keti events.
MTN. Together, we're unstoppable.
Predict the outcome of 10 football games and win big with tickets at only 500 shillings. Play for this Monday's draw to stand a chance to win big with Sports Take 10.
Buy your tickets at authorized shops on nationallottery.go.ug to download the app or simply dial *278#.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day. Yeah, yo, baby, don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks. Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000. Or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100*21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Welcome back from that break, and this is Lunchtime News here on UBC TV. My name is Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma. Let's have a look at the latest in business. State Minister for Finance for General Duties, Henry Musasizi, has underscored government's commitment to transforming lives through the parish development model rather than mere participation. He made these remarks during a site visit to monitor the progress of Chochezo Butambi Road construction in Nyamweru Sub-County, Rwanda District.
System migration. We want an interface between public service systems and our systems at the Ministry of Finance so that we can be able to manage the payroll better. And this took us some time. We closed last month without paying salaries, but I want to assure all our civil servants across the country that next week we shall begin paying, and by end of week we shall have paid all the salaries. I have heard what? Like now we want the roads. We are pursuing parish development model. Here in this parish they have so far received 200 million, and the projects are really continuing. We have a number of success stories. Next time I come back, I will take you to the homesteads to see what they are doing.
The equipment, excavators, bulldozers, which the contractor has so far done on the other long length, and which is still doing, as you can see, the excavator in the background. Then we expect him to have a grade and compact the entire road of 12.9 kilometers, and which he has so far done on the 10.2 kilometers. So far on the 10.2 kilometers, he's doing spot graveling as directed by the engineer. He has so far installed 24 meters of 1,200 millimeter steel culverts, and the progress so far is good, and the quality of works done is good.
to Busia district now, where members of Busia Women Cross-Border Cereal Traders Cooperative have been urged to take advantage of government programs to create wealth and eradicate poverty. During a meeting with cooperative members in Busia, the National Treasurer for the NRM party, Honorable Ambassador Nekesa Barbara Owundo, said government has the mandate of development and has heavily invested in these programs.
Busia district leaders have urged government to increase on the money for Uganda Women Entrepreneurs Program WEP due to increased number of registered groups.
Follow up to see that bali abafunako ku UWEP oba babadde mu bibiina ebirala kakati bakuze business zikuze. Now their capital is big.
In an engagement with 170 members of the Women Cross-Border Cereal Traders Cooperative, the National Treasurer for the NRM party, Ambassador Nekesa Barbara Owundo, urged women to work hard and take advantage of government programs to create wealth.
Because when it comes to fighting poverty, it is a personal war. Everyone must rise up, change our mindset and realize that we have to do it for ourselves.
Her sentiments were echoed by the District Department Officer Okumu Semo, who expressed the need for women to be sensitized on the new transformational government programs.
We are trying as much as possible to position our women okubateekateeka mulabe nti musobola competinga mufune ku grant eyo.
Nekesa adds that most Ugandans think that after elections the NRM party forgets them, which is not the case because the manifesto is implemented through the new term of office. Additionally, support to the women was emphasized and their contribution to the economy was recognized.
If we don't intervene, then we shall continue exporting raw materials with little value added, and we cannot get enough resources out of it. So the intervention here is to see how our mothers, brothers and sisters can come up and start adding value to the products that they send to the Kenyan market. So that
Honorable Nekesa Barbara, the 5 million, we hope to improve on our machine. We are planting a maize mill for value addition and we shall provide the employment. We still need more money to complete, like for power.
The NRM party treasurer launched the mobilization campaign with the NRM party structure members for President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni visit to the district on the 9th of this month.
Now, wherever the president meets our wananchi, he informs them or updates them about the progress of development.
Sports news now, and we begin with volleyball. And for the second year running, the KAVC volleyball tournament has been dominated by Rwandan teams. Rwanda Revenue Authority and Rwanda Energy Group claimed the women's and men's titles respectively. Take a watch.
Yet again, for the second year in a row, Rwanda dominated at the 2024 KFVC volleyball tournament in Lugogo over the weekend. In the female category, a well-contested match happened as Rwanda Revenue Authority beat rivals Rwanda National Police by 3 sets to 2. While in the men's category, Rwanda Energy Group Volleyball Club beat APR a clean sweep of 3 sets to 0. Both sets of winners spoke after their respective victories.
For us to come here, we came like we want exposure. Because if you can see these girls I'm playing with, they are very, very young. Almost 95% of them, they are under 23 years. So our coaches, they told us, let's just go for exposure and for experience. That is why we played without any pressure. And honestly, I just want to thank God so much because it's a miracle to us.
About the tournament was up because the main teams from the home up to the final. Not easy.
The tournament was very impactful to us. We were able to interact with the other corporate teams. We were able to interact with KAVC.
Former champions Rwanda National Policy were disappointed not to have retained their crown.
Red was a better team. They played well. They were much composed than us. I think they have a great strategy.
taking on the services. They tried to make us play out of the system today. Actually, our boys succumbed to that pressure.
The 3-day KAVC tournament was a success, and the organizers were grateful for the turn-up.
The last couple of days we witnessed a lot of displays of courage and sportsmanship from the different participants. We are, as NSSF, we are really, really proud that this tournament is gaining the attention it deserves. And we commit to supporting it in whatever form we can.
Mashamira Victor, UBC News.
Olympics news now, and today, Monday, the 5th of August 2024, Leonard Chemutai will represent Uganda in the men's 3,000 meters steeplechase final at 8:04 p.m. East African Standard Time, while later on, Tarsius Gracious Orogot will be aiming to get a medal in the men's 200 meters finals at 8:55 p.m. East African Standard Time. Orogot, who trains and studies abroad, recorded the 4th fastest time in the qualifiers with a time of 19 seconds, and he holds the national record in the 200 meters men's dash. Joshua Cheptegei is the only Ugandan with a medal so far after winning gold in the 10,000 meters final race last week. Now, Cheptegei will be back in action for the 5,000 meters race finals this Wednesday. And that brings us to the end of this edition of Lunchtime News here on UBC TV. Thank you so much for having kept us company. I am Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma, wishing you a blessed afternoon. But up next here on UBC TV is The Score with Ruben Mpima Chibirango. And of course, the highlight there will definitely be the man, the golden man, and that is Joshua Cheptegei.